Eru, I see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gon' murder that.
What it is, what it do. This is your boy E-Roo. Didn't mean to rhyme, but kind of worked out there. Worked out that way. Yeah, man, Die Knicks podcast. As promised, I am going to do my last Mitchell Robinson podcast. I'm not talking about this guy anymore. We only can talk about the players that are available. No excitement here, like, oh my God, Mitch is back. No, he's not. The team is in Charlotte, and Mitchell Robinson is going to enjoy his new house that he bought in New York. I call him the crypt keeper. He's the crypt keeper. If you ever hear anybody say that, you heard it here first. Die Knicks podcast calls Mitchell Robinson the crypt keeper. The reason why, because of his cryptic Instagram posts and stuff, so like he always keeps posting these things and it gets the fans riled up. And yesterday it really made me upset, that he did that on media day. It's like you timed it, what I'm saying? Like you timed it. Hey, let me post this at the same time where everybody's posting pictures for all the available Knicks and the interviews and stuff like that. So it becomes a topic of conversation that we really shouldn't be talking about this guy. You know what I'm saying? Longest tenure Knick, there's no need to post his stats, but people love to talk about how great he is. But he hasn't gotten better the entire time he's been with the Knicks. Super athletic, often injured. I don't know who's in charge of, or who he has in charge of his career, or if he isn't listening to anybody, if anybody's in his ear about how he can grow his career. I don't think he's doing the right thing, by himself. The trainers and stuff, they got him working on his free throws, and his free throws are getting worse every year. You just go down the line. I know a lot of people don't like to hear me talk about Mitch Robinson like this, but you gotta speak the facts. Is Mitch Robinson good enough to be a backup center for the Knicks behind Karl-Anthony Towns? Absolutely. But that's something that we can't talk about until January. So I mean, it's a non-factor. But at the same time, it's relevant news right now. So speaking of relevant news, let's just get right into it, guys. Thank you everybody for popping in the chat as always, man. I see Geraldine in the place there. Definitely what's up, Geraldine. David L is going crazy. He's in here. Not everybody's a fan of Mitch. A lot of people are a fan of Mitch. As you can see, Nostalgic Nick is the first one to pop in here. Denver Sports as always. But like I said, David L, thank you, Jesus. Bum Mitch, he's always calling him Bum Mitch. It's annoying. It's annoying to have to call a young dude like that with such promise a bum. But tired of it. That's what sports is. Sports is like that. We talk badly about people, but we do it through respect, from disrespect through respect. You know what I'm saying? So. Time will tell with that whole situation. But anyway, I don't want to keep harping on that. Let's get into the news here just now. It's breaking news actually. Let me see if something else popped up here, because I see something flash on my other screen. All right, so it's just more part of the news here. If you guys can see this, the Knicks, they finally finalized the trade. So the trade now, if you guys can see it on the screen, or if you guys can see it on your own screens, basically, I'll click it. It says The Hornets are receiving 3 second-round picks, two via the Knicks and one from Minnesota, along with Daquan Jeffries, Charlie Brown, and Dwayne Washington Jr. to complete this trade that will send Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks and Julius Randle DiVincenzo to um, Minnesota. So these guys here are guys that the Knicks have kept around in the system, and now they're basically throwing him a bone. Now Daquan Jeffries, he needs an opportunity. I think Daquan Jeffries is actually pretty good, really good defense and stuff. So it's up to him to show what he can do in Charlotte if they allow him to play there. Charlie Brown is another guy, 26, 27 years old or whatever, that's been around for a while. So this is his chance to show that he could play. He could shoot it. He play a little bit of defense and stuff like that. So it's his turn now going down to Charlotte with a horrible team. Charlotte's going to be rivaling one of the worst teams in the NBA next year. So Charlie Brown's going to have an opportunity. And Dwayne Washington Jr., he's a part of the trade also, but it looks like that he's definitely getting waived according to some of these reports as we're going to scroll up here. He's definitely going to get waived, and he's probably going to go back to the team that he played for, that he was actually signed to. So we'll get into that in a second. There's some other news here. I think the Knicks get a player. So here we go. This is Shams here. All this is Shams. Shout out to Fred Katz and John Koransky, whatever, and then also Ian Bagley. All these guys are reporting the same stuff right now. So there's no Woj bombs anymore. So these guys are basically all going to be competing for your love now. Who's going to post, who's going to be the one to break the news now. So anyway, Charlotte's also trading James. I can't pronounce Money's name. The number 31 pick in the 2023 draft to the Knicks to finalize the trade. So I don't know what the deal is with this dude here. So I don't have it queued up here, but let me just do the whole copy and paste thing. So we'll just Google him right now. I know the name sounds familiar. I'm quite sure we talked about him plenty of times here on the channel. So here he goes here, another Nigerian player. He looks big. It looks like he might be a center. So he also played for Charlotte. Like I said, Charlotte had quite a few centers last year. So anyway, this is it's not the right link. Let's see if this is it here. Yep. So he's from Nigeria. Shout out to my Nigerian blood. I got like 50-something% Nigerian blood, if I'm not mistaken. Scrolling through here. So he doesn't have any stats, so he hasn't played. So he hasn't played, I don't believe. I'm just looking at what you can see what I clicked. I literally Googled it. So I don't know if he played or not, but the name does sound familiar. He was drafted in 2023. So it looks like he will be a rookie, or he was a rookie, he just never played. But he is 7 feet, 250 pounds. So we have another center prospect here in the mix here for the Knicks. So I mean, it's just a throw-in type of thing. But it's good to see that we have somebody else in the mix. So he probably, if the Knicks do keep him, he'll be thrown into the G League and that type of thing, man. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. More scrolling. Let me see if there's any other news here. This is Fred Katz adding his 2 cents into it. Also, this is Ian Bagley. This is the report saying that Dwayne Washington Jr. will get waived by Charlotte, but then he's probably going to go back to Partizan, the European club that he was playing for. So the Knicks actually bought him out. They bought him out to sign him so he could be a part of this trade. So that Partisan club is going to get some bread. Also, good relationships with the Knicks overseas. Dwayne Washington Jr. is going to get a little extra money, and then he's going to get waived by Charlotte, and then he's going to get signed again by Partizan. So the Partisan club gets double whammy there. They get paid, plus they get to sign their player back. And then of course Charlotte, they get they get a little tax break, I guess, a little money break there. And also Dwayne Washington Jr. gets a little bit of money too. So the Knicks are implanting a lot of positive energy out there, not just for our own club, but for players that were playing for us. And they're just basically taking care of them, man. And on the screen here, I see Uncle Brutus there. So shout out to Uncle Brutus. If anybody that likes to go on Twitter, you would know Uncle Brutus from Twitter Spaces and stuff like that. He's on the screen here, so I just gotta acknowledge him there. So he was asking questions about the Najee guy. So everybody wants to know who the hell is this guy. So he'll be the next man up. Any other news? Nope. Everybody's just resharing each other there. So that's the breaking news with the Knicks. The Knicks finally finalized the trade. So tomorrow we're more than likely going to get a full interview from Katz, or the Knicks might actually have like a press conference or something like that to welcome Cat to the team. And then Brunson could stop playing that game about that he doesn't know who Carl is. You know what I'm saying? It's funny that we don't call him Carl. We call him Karl Anthony Towns, or we call him Cat. Nobody calls him Carl Towns, except one person that I'm going to talk about in a second. But we always call him Cat. You know, so it's cool. Carl, I grew up with a Carl. Carl's a dope name. But it's kind of old school, right? But speaking of old school, nice segue. Look at these Sears Roebuck and Foundation pictures here, man. This is totally Sears studio right here. Like they went to Sears and like they put on their best clothes and their mother's on the sideline say, "You better smile, I pay for that package." You know what I'm saying? So that's how it looks, man. But look at Tom Thibodeau. Somebody mentioned it today on Twitter. I don't know who did it, but somebody mentioned that this guy's a Benjamin Button. I feel like Tom Thibodeau's getting younger and younger. He's definitely taking care of himself. He was a little bit too top heavy, very a lot of visceral fat. You want to talk about some science there. Visceral fat is the fat in between, between the muscles, behind the muscles and inside the organs and stuff. It looks like he's getting rid of that because his face looks fantastic for an older guy, 67 years old. You know what I'm saying? So he looks great. One thing I will notice, I feel like that Tom Thibodeau's voice is not as deep. I know this is the beginning of the season. He hasn't been yelling yet. So probably by the end of preseason, he'll probably be back in a midseason form with that voice of his, man. Because he's always yelling and screaming. But I mean, quite a few pitches here. Just kind of scroll through here. You can see Brunson there. You can see Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges looks fantastic in his jersey, number 25 there. Fantastic, bro. This is the kid here, Kevin McCullough. There's quite a few people mentioning him also as far as like a small forward type of thing, but he's only 6'5", maybe 6'6", but he's like 6'5". He plays really good defense. This is somebody that we need to keep an eye on going forward, especially like somebody in the G League or somebody just being a practice player on the court there. I think this guy here is going to end up helping us out at some point, especially if we end up getting any injuries or stuff like that. We'll call these guys up, and I think these guys have NBA ready skill sets that we don't have to develop. These they're gonna come ready made, and I really think that's the notion with the Knicks. But every time they bring somebody to the club, it's somebody that has an NBA skill set already that doesn't have to be trained. Developing is just something that's been going on like for like the last 20 years. That people got it like they're like programmed by that, and there's no such there shouldn't be anything about developing. Because back in the days, guys play college they play college at least 2 years, 2, 3, 4 years. Sometimes they graduate and then they come into the NBA. Some of the great players, even Jordan stayed a little longer than some of these kids are staying now. So these guys coming to the NBA are already ready to play. They're ready to go. So the development stuff is on too. I think people use that too much, man. So like I said, this kid could play defense, man. Just to scroll through here. This is a picture of everybody. Like I mean, it literally looks like somebody from Sears did these pictures. I don't really like the background too much, but it's dope. It's good to see these guys. They got their school picture smiles. It's funny. I see Mitchell Robinson made the cut there, but it said maybe he made it to media day, to take these pictures, but he didn't travel with the team. But everybody's there. Look at Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims looks jacked. You can see his shoulders pop in there. Everybody pretty much looks in shape. Everybody looks in shape except the same person I'm gonna mention for the last time in this pod. Everybody looks fantastic. Just judging from Mikal Bridges, look at crazy ass OG. Judging by what the way Mikal Bridges was talking, it seems like everybody's locked in and everybody's ready to play. So I think that's a good sign. That those are things that I'm waiting for. Somebody asked me that in a pod recently. Like what are you looking for when it comes to this? I think State might have did it when State came on the pod. He asked me what am I looking for as far as when this preseason stuff starts. And to me, I said is the language. I want to hear the language of these guys. I want to hear these guys talking about each other. And Mikal Bridges gave us a lot of good sound bites. So he endorsed what's his name the dude that we got from Phoenix. What's money's name? Anyway, I'll talk about him in a second, man. But he endorsed was it Shamit? My God, I'm getting old, man. He endorsed Shamit, talking about his game and stuff. If he would play pickup, he wants to play with Shamit. He thinks Shamit's good like that. So that's one thing I would like to say about that is that Mr. Shamit, he's basically replacing DiVincenzo. You know what I'm saying? So for those that are still crying about DiVincenzo, I think Shamit immediately replaces him, so we could just forget about it. Since I have him on the screen here, this is Pacome Diate. You want to talk about backup small forwards? This guy might actually be it too. He's only 18, but he speaks English well. That really surprised me. He kind of sounds like he's from East Tremont in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of hip to the culture and stuff. So and he has a good work ethic too. And he said one of the first things that he said when we first met him is that he's expecting to play. So he's going to show up and he's going to work and he's expecting to try to play. And so that's a lot of confidence there. So that it's also going to show that he's willing to work. So I really like this kid here, and just watch out. I think this kid might actually pop a little bit sooner than anybody thought, or than anybody expected. To tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying. So watch out for, because one thing about this kid, he's 6'8". He's a legit 6'8". He's not 6'5" like some of these other guys. He's 6'8". And then there's some other 6'8" guys we're going to talk about later on in the pod when we get into the trades and stuff. But maybe we don't need to make that trade. Maybe we just need to hold on to this kid and see what he can do rather than put somebody else in front of him. So just scrolling up, just once again to run through these things here. Of course, Deuce is going to have a big role this year. Coming off the bench, he might actually start. So that's what training camp is for. Tom Thibodeau's going to figure all that out. So we'll see. They go OG finally cracked a smile, showed his teeth. I think that's fantastic. He's a good dude. Like we talk about him, about his quirky personality. Like I said, he's from England, so English guys are weird. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Shout out to Cayenne here, Cayenne Anthony. He's narrowing it down to three college teams. Syracuse. You got what's that? Southern Cal, what is that? USC, was that Southern California, University of Southern California, and also Auburn. So you got to do some research. You got to find out what other kids are going to these schools, because that'll probably tell you where he's going to go. If I was him, I probably would go to USC, just for the simple fact to go play in California with the good weather and stuff like that. He gets to hang out with his family, basically, out there, because LeBron and stuff like that looked at them as cousins and stuff. So he has a fan, he has people there, and he'll be well taken care of out there out west and stuff. Anyway, scrolling up, my man Precious in the place. He has a big opportunity to show what he can do, and that's the guy there, Mikal Bridges. You know, he's definitely gonna be showing off. You got Tyler Kolek, and just some more stuff there. There's some other news that you can get into at your leisure. But we're gonna keep it moving, man. Cat is officially the Knicks, so this is the official trade here. The Knicks get Cat, James Najee, and what else? And then the Wolves will get Randall, Dante, Kate's Diop, Bates Diop, that protected Detroit pick, and Charlotte gets a whole bunch of Knicks players also, plus 2 second-round picks from Minnesota. No, excuse me, a second-round pick from Minnesota, second-round pick from Golden State via New York, and also another second-round pick. And it also says $7.2 million. So this is the actual thing. Thanks to New York basketball there, NBA New York. He broke down the trade there for you. So like I always say, please follow this guy. Hit the bell also to make sure you get notifications when they post, because they post a lot of information. If you're on Twitter, this is a really good account to follow here, man. So definitely show them some love. But that's the trade there, man. So let's get into the Mitch Robinson stuff, guys. So before we get into it, I guess I'll say what up to some guys. I see some paragraphs. So scrolling down there, I see Pierre here. Mr. Pierre. Man needs to get a desk job. I'm trying to tell you, he probably break his leg trying to sit down in his chair. Shit is crazy. Scrolling down there, and Geraldine says, you've been working a lot, having much time to keep up with what's going on. Did the Knicks get? Yeah, I mean, right now it's official. It's official at this moment. So that's good stuff. Yeah, so we already talked about it. He's definitely a center. Just scrolling down. I saw somebody post a paragraph. I think that here he goes. This is the world famous Mr. J Boogie, man. J Boogie in the place. Salute, 3 capital S's, man. I love his voice. Every time you see him post something, you can hear his voice, man. So he said he will be on the game on Sunday, sitting behind the team. No doubt. Yeah, man. If you got anything going on, hit me up, man. Love to be a part of it. We got Mr. Kev there from Nixon-ish, also in the place hanging out. And we survived. My man is in the place. Where is he at? There he goes. Saluting J Boogie there. So anyway, let's get into this trade stuff, man. It was broke by this guy here, Chris Parisian. You know what I'm saying? So this is a kid here. He goes to Rutgers. Let me give you a backstory with this kid. On Twitter, via Twitter, with all the arguments and stuff like that, you get into arguments with guys. So I've been in a couple little things here, and he said some things that kind of was like annoying. But then you got to realize these guys are young. He's like he's still in college. There's another guy that I was beefing with too that I realized the guy was young. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of like fall back a little bit with this internet stuff, man. But he wants to be a broadcaster, so he's really trying hard, man. He's with the Rutgers broadcasting team there. I think, to me personally, he's a kid, like I said, but he's trying really hard to break in. And he's like, even with the followers, the 12,000 followers, he's kind of like, like I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to diss the guy, but he's developing here, so he's an up and coming guy there. So you probably see his name, and he probably will be successful because guys are pushing for him. But he posted this here about Mitchell Robinson, trade rumors, whatever, saying the Knicks are looking to they're receiving calls, not looking to trade him, but they're receiving it and taking calls on Mitchell Robinson with the likelihood that he might get traded longest tenure Nick and this, that, and the other, because we got Carl Anthony Towns, it kind of makes sense that they would start calling. That's a natural thing. So I don't think that was any breaking news or anything like that. I think anybody with common sense, we just got Carl Anthony Towns. That means they might want to try to move Mitch Robinson. Anyway, the Knicks end up picking up a young center prospect, so maybe there is something to that. But there's a couple teams here. I'm gonna give love to another small publication here. This is Sports Kita. So Sports Kita here, the author of this article is Michael McKessero. So shout out to him. He says top 5 teams that could trade for Mitchell Robinson. You know, anyway, reportedly willing to part ways and whatever. It's all speculation at this point. But just some teams here I thought was interesting. I think it was Mitchell Robinson attempting to shoot there. The whole vibe there of him trying to shoot, it's just bad. What's up with his face? Where's the rhythm? So look how he's holding the ball. Look at his. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. I'm tired of this dude. Like I said, this is the last time I'm ever going to talk about him. So I'm just going to get it all out of the way here. Right now, Denver Nuggets. I don't really see them. I can read this and their explanation, but just right off the bat, Denver Nuggets. Why would they want Mitchell Robinson? I believe Denver already has the players that they need at center, especially Jokic. They got Jokic and stuff like that. So I don't understand why they would need this guy. Anyway, scrolling down, Memphis, actually, they have Zach Edney, who's is a tall guy. He's gonna have leg problems more than likely and stuff like that. So I mean, adding an athletic player like Mitchell Robinson to the team might actually be beneficial to them, especially the age and just how silly and goofy Mitchell Robinson is. That's I don't want to alienate like people from outside of New York City, but that's that corny shit from outside of New York City. So Mitchell Robinson fits that bill. So I think he would go to Memphis and he would have a great time playing with John Morant and stuff, with all that all that extra stuff that those guys do. The guns. Oh, I got a gun like this. That goofy stuff. On the internet. That's what Mitchell Robinson loves to do. So he'll go over there and fit right in to what they got going on over there. They have some good players. So with that vibe and stuff like that, they would love him in Memphis. I think he would be like a king out there. That country bullshit, and you know what I'm saying. So I think that's a good choice. For who they would trade, I don't know. They got some guys here. You got Santi Alderman. That's one of the European guys. Vincent Williams. Vincent Williams Jr. actually is not too bad. He's a good young player. But that's an option for the Knicks there. The New Orleans Pelicans, we'll talk about this in depth here, but I think this is the best place here for Mitchell Robinson because he's from there, so he would definitely fit right in. That's where his trainers are and stuff like that. He got family out there. He's taking care of one of his old coaches and stuff that lost his wife recently. So all of his family is in New Orleans. So I think that would be better for him, just for his own mental, be able to get himself together. And like I said, still be on that goofy shit that these down south people do. No disrespect, you know what I'm saying, but that's just from my perspective. A lot of people from down south think New Yorkers are goofy. We not we, but I personally think you guys are fucking goofy too, man. So you could take Mitch Robinson back, and I think it works. We'll talk about that more in depth in a second. Indiana Pacers, I don't agree with that. They're talking about other players here. You're talking about Jerice Walker and Benedict Mathurin and stuff. I don't think there's a trade there. I think Mathurin, however you say his name, I think he's going to be a starter next year. He's going to be really good, eventually. But I think next year he might have his breakout year. Walker, excuse me, he's going to get a chance next year to play. So I don't see those guys being put in the trade for Mitch Robinson, especially with Miles Turner there. You got Miles Turner and James Wiseman, so it doesn't make no sense. Why is it number 2 on this list? So scrolling down here, the next one is Utah Jazz. So anyway, that's the last of that. I don't even need to talk about Utah Jazz. Utah's already trying to get rid of Walker Kessler Why would they want Mitchell Robinson? They're basically the same player, and Walker Kessler is better. So I don't get it. So anyway, this is the New Orleans team here. So it's so convenient that they only post the four starters and they don't have the fifth person. So the only center that they have worth talking about is Daniel Theis. So he's a guy that's basically out the league. They would I mean their ownership, if they were our ownership, this podcast would be so much different if we had the New Orleans Pelicans on front office. Because they were talking about Daniel Theis. Oh, he played well in Europe, so I guess he could play well here too. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So, Daniel Theis is good, athletic. He's up there in age, though. He's in his 30s. He can post up a little bit, he can shoot the three. But like I said, he's up there in age. Why are you going to put him in the mix with these guys and expect him to hold down the center spot? This modern basketball stuff when they're trying to emasculate the center and emasculate the physicalness of basketball and put little guys there, like Theis is 6'8". Like, what are we talking about here? It's like, if he comes on the team, this guy Brandon Ingram will be the tallest player, in the starting lineup. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, if just right on paper, Mitchell Robinson will fit right in the middle there, and he will fit there with Zion. We got the dude that they traded from Atlanta. There, Trey, what's his name? Murphy, whatever his name is. You got Brandon Ingram, like I said, and you got this jackass here, number 3, the Union guy. On thing. These guys are good players. I'm just kind of joking around because I don't care. They're not Knicks. So I don't care about their names and stuff. But Mitchell Robinson will fit right up in there. So the person that they keep talking about, right off the bat is Trey Murphy. So Trey Murphy, he's a good player, I'll just say right off the bat, he's not a Knick because he's more concerned about his brand. He's more concerned about his career, which he should. He's young. He's going to want to start. He's going to want to get minutes and things like that. So he's more concerned with that. He started off on the wrong foot, as you can see with this YouTube video here. This is a interview him. When they interviewed him, they asked him, does he feel like he could start? And it was all cryptic. The same cryptic shit that Mitch Robinson would give. Mitch Robinson once said that, oh, I'm out here, I'm just getting cardio. I'm out here doing cardio. After the Knicks won. So I mean, this guy Trey Murphy, look, man. This guy Trey Murphy has Zion and Brandon Ingram in front of him. So what does he expect to start over? Is he expect to start over these 3 guys? Over these 4 guys? Where would Trey Murphy play with these 4 guys? What you're talking about benching this guy here, number 3? I don't get it. So he would start with these 4 guys, but who's their center? Daniel Theis, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't make any sense. Are you gonna make Zion play center? That's not right. That's not good basketball, man. So, so Trey Murphy's upset, so I mean, on a team like this, he's still gotta come off the bench. He's still gonna have to come off the bench with the way things are going. So we could take a look at his stats really quick. His stats don't really jump out at you too much. This is projected 36-minute stats: 17 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.2 steals, 0.6 blocks. As far as the field goals percentages and stuff, 46%, 39% from 3, and 85% from the free throw line. Those are all good signs that he's a good player. He's a good player. He's not a bad player. But let's take a look at what he did last year. 14 points per game. The year before that, 14 points a game. So he's only been getting about 30 minutes. So just looking at his stats, it kind of reminds me of Stacey Augmon. That's the kind of game that he has. 6'8", plastic man, 6'8". He can get out on the break. He can dunk and this, that, and the other. So I was gonna show highlights, but it's not really worth it. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that is worth it, if you can do that, I know these things always betray me every time I'm trying to scroll down here. Is the Pelicans salary here. Let me see if I can get the Pelicans team here. So checking out the Pelicans salary, Trey Murphy only makes $5 million. So how are we going to trade Mitchell Robinson for this kid again? Because Mitchell Robinson makes 12, just about 12 million, and Trey Murphy, like I said, makes 5. So how do we trade for Trey Murphy? So why is that a topic of conversation? I just don't get it. The one person that I see in ahead of him here is Herb Jones. And as you can see there on the screen there, if you squint, right, Herb Jones makes the same amount of money that Mitchell Robinson makes, except he's on an ascending contract. Mitchell Robinson is on a descending contract. So basically the money matches here with Herb Jones for Mitchell Robinson. So here's the thing. What's the difference between Trey Murphy and Herb Jones? I think Herb Jones is a better defender. Here goes Herb Jones. They basically the same size too, 6'8". You know what I'm saying? Take a look at projected stats here again. His projected stats will go up to 12. You're talking about 4 rebounds per game, 3 assists, The steals are up 1.7. You got almost a block per game. This is 30 per 36 minutes here. As far as shooting percentage, 49%, right up there with Trey Murphy. I mean Trey whatever the kid's name is. You got 39% from the three and 83% from the free throw. So the numbers are basically the same. Not as much rebounding, but the defense is there, being able to guard guys one on one. Herb Jones is fantastic. Getting out on the break and stuff like that. You want to talk about plastic man? This guy's a plastic man also. But they both can shoot the three. They both shoot the three at basically 40% for both of them. So last year, this guy was able to get you 11 points per game in 30 minutes. He got you 1.4 steals, almost a block at zero point 0.8. And rebounding wise, 3.6. It is not really the greatest rebounder. But you want to talk about defense and being NBA ready, being able to pass, being able to get out on the break, being able to defend whoever's in front of him, regardless of size. Herb Jones is it. Herb Jones is it. So I like Herb Jones better than Trey. I forgot money's name that quickly. Trey Murphy the third. I like him better than Trey Murphy the third. So let's get right into the trade checker, man. Just to prove it here. So this trade checker is probably one of the best. So I'm gonna click the first team, the Knicks. Second team is the Pelicans here. So we'll scroll down and we'll click Mitchell Robinson, right? Mitchell Robinson makes 14.3, right? And then we'll slide this on down to Herb Jones. He makes 12.9, but on an ascending contract. So these contracts are basically dead even here. Let's try to trade to see if it works out. Success. It's a successful trade. Herb Jones, 6'8", basically a wing out there. They call him a stationary shooter. He's a good spot up shooter. The Knicks need that. But like I said, he's a really good defender, good slasher, able to play on the open court pretty well. He has a decent handle too. He can get to the basket. Not the greatest handle, but he can create his own shot a little bit. For Mitchell Robinson, on the bottom, the Knicks will, according to this, it said the Knicks will get 2 more wins if this trade was to go down. The Pelicans will actually lose 2 games if that happens. The only issue with this trade is that Mitchell Robinson is not available. So shout out to I forgot his name too. Shout out to one of the podcasts I saw him talking that this doesn't make any sense now because Mitchell Robinson is not available. That's true. So this is more likely a mid-season trade. You know what I'm saying? I get that. So mid-season trade when Mitchell Robinson can prove that he's healthy, then you make a trade for Mitchell Robinson and Herb Jones. And I think this would be pretty good. But if like I said earlier, if we get to that point where we're accepting expecting to make a trade like this, I think once we get down to that point, I think Pat Combe, Deontay might actually show something, or somebody else might show something. You're talking about Jacob Toppin or someone like that. One of our own guys might actually show something by that time. Because it's a lot of time. You're talking about halfway through the season. A lot of things can happen. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we won't even want to do that trade, when the time happens. And Mitchell Robinson, who knows? He needs to take time. People always worried about, oh, he needs time to get warmed up. He needs time to get himself assimilated and stuff. All he does, he's an effort player. He's an effort player. How much time do you need to get your effort skills up? You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's a post-up guy or he's a shooter or anything like that. Oh, he needs to get his rhythm with shooting. No, he's an effort guy. So as soon as he's ready to play, clear to play, he's already been through practice and stuff like that. So he should be ready to give effort as soon as he comes in. He shouldn't have to build up himself to get to be able to do effort. His greatest asset is effort. You're talking about offensive rebounds and things like that. That's all effort stuff. It's defense. Why do you need to get assimilated to play defense? I just don't understand. So I really don't understand it. So that's why I'm saying this is my last Mitchell Robinson podcast because I'm getting a little annoyed with it. People are still upset at me about it. I'm tired of people saying block nest monster. It's ridiculous. I mean, the guy only averaged like 1.2 blocks per game last year. His blocks per game are going down from his rookie season. I think his rookie season was his highest blocks. So why is he the block nest monster? He did play really good defense against Embiid. So I mean, people put that so high, like, oh, he played really good defense in Embiid. But meanwhile, Embiid still was getting 50 points. He still was getting 30 points. Oh, but he scored all those points against Hartenstein. Whatever, bro. He made a couple stops against Embiid, but like I said, Embiid still was getting 50, 40, 30 points every single night against the Knicks in the playoffs, man. So I just don't understand it. So you want Mitchell Robinson to play 48 minutes or play every single time Embiid plays, so that Embiid will be held to 30 points, is his regular season average, rather than going over to 50. I don't think Mitchell Robinson could stop Embiid to that degree, and especially as you saw in the playoffs. Mitch Robinson can't defend himself, and he can't defend the club either. He can't defend the club. We got DiVincenzo, who we just traded, was the main one with him and OG were the only two guys that were really defending the Knicks, man. This guy's supposed to be an enforcer. He's the guy that's supposed to protect everybody else, but he doesn't do that. So that's what frustrates me about this guy. And I'm quite sure he goes through YouTube and he'll see a post like this and he'll see me talking about it and immediately, oh, he's a hater. He's a hater. No, I'm not a hater actually. I love the Knicks. I love the Knicks with all my heart. I love basketball. I know what it is to play good basketball and what it is not to play good basketball. Maybe this Mitch Robinson is not meant for the Knicks. Maybe he can go to Memphis and actually fit in over there. Fit into what they're trying to do over there. Maybe he can go to the Pelicans and actually fit in over there. Shout out to Quentin Grimes and all these guys. Quentin Grimes is in Dallas smiling his ass off, and he's never gonna play. He's never gonna play over there. It's gonna be they're gonna give him a chance, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to compete over there. We'll see. Time will tell. Quickly he's got a great opportunity. RJ's got a great opportunity where he is. You know, um, you know, DiVincenzo right now, he's gonna have a good opportunity to still do what he did with the Knicks and stuff. Good opportunity to make the playoffs, possibly be in the finals, right next to the Knicks, possibly at some point next year, in the finals. Um, you know, anyway, we have to get I think we need to keep moving. The same way we traded Julius and we got Cat, time moves on. We have to start thinking about the championship, not making this fucking guy feel at home. He's so comfortable. Like he's not going to be available for like the whole first half of the season. He went and bought a house, scripted posts all the time. He's not even with the team in Charlotte. They made him stay in New York because they're afraid of him getting hurt again, man. So this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is not Patrick Ewing, fam. This is not Patrick Ewing. This is not a star player. This is not Karl Anthony Towns. This is not one of those guys. Mitchell Robinson is a throwaway guy. You could find guys in the league that can do what he can do. Maybe you think, oh, Mitch Robinson's the best defensive player in the league today. That you might be right about that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's the best offensive rebounder. According to the numbers, yes, it is. Yes, he is. He also is one of the worst defensive rebounds in the NBA. Nobody ever talks about that. So for somebody that's such a good defender, he can't get a defensive rebound. So if we make a good stop, he can't get the rebound to secure the stop. So, I mean, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? So it's not hate. All the stuff I'm saying is basketball stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm completely done with Mitch Robinson. And like I said, it's my last bars on the kid. I've been talking about this guy too much. You can look at my channel, and I really been talking about Mitchell Robinson all the time, man. And it's annoying. It's annoying because like we need to move. We need to move on from this, and we need to get the team better. Right now we're on to something. I think we're a championship level team, and we're definitely probably going to be missing something. We'll know for sure once the games start. Once the games start, then we're going to be looking, analyzing, and be like, the Knicks need this, and if once we have that eureka moment, then that's when we're going to start talking about, okay, who can we trade? This guy is right on the top of that list of who we can trade. So it's not hate. He gonna go to another team and have a great career. What I'm saying? The Knicks right now are looking to put the icing on the cake to a championship run, baby. So it is what it is there. I see guys commenting, man. I definitely appreciate you guys for definitely showing love to the channel. Definitely throwing a lot of paragraphs and stuff like that. I really appreciate you guys. For those that are new to the channel, I see quite a few people in here today because I mean this is hot news now, so I know that's why everybody's looking for some content. So if you're watching, man, please hit the subscribe button. Hit subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up button too. That also helps the channel. You all know that already. I never say that. I never say it in the beginning. So I'm not gonna say it in a sweet voice, like, "Hey guys, could you please subscribe to my podcast? It really helps the channel." Like you see that every single time you click a YouTube video, man. So you guys know better already, man. So I'm starting to learn that too. If I like something that I'm watching, I hit the thumbs up. Just to show love because that's how YouTube works. You don't have to do super chats and stuff like that. You don't have to give money monetarily all the time. That's nice, you know what I'm saying? But hitting the thumbs up button helps out a lot. Because it's algorithm stuff, and then through that, through the views and stuff like that, more people see it, more people engage, more people comment and stuff like that, and that's how the revenue gets built and stuff like that, man. So anyway, just threw that out there because I never talk about it, but I just got it off my chest there, man. So anyway, that's enough of Mitchell Robinson. Like I said, no hate against the kid. if we don't end up trading him, hopefully he heals well. So when he does come back, we can play him that 15 minutes per game, and he could help the team. He could definitely help the team with 15 minutes per game. Off the bench, when the going gets tough, you know what I'm saying, and possibly play next to Cat at times also, but this is something, like I said, we can't talk about it until 2025, fam. If we even make it there, God willing, if we make it there. We lost another, last night we lost Pete Rose and Mutombo, bro. We lost Pete Rose and Mutombo. Today we lost John Amos. We lost so many, like recently, like the last few months, like it seemed like every single day, another star, not just a star, another iconic person on this earth, that we all idolize and watch their material, no matter what genre, sports, entertainment, we keep losing guys, man. So, I mean, like life is short, man. Life is so short and life is so random. You know what I'm saying? So, God willing that we all make it to 2025 where we can even get to the point here where Mitch Robinson could play. So when you're going to take your career into your own hands, your life into your own hands, So anyway, like I said, the last podcast, man, like with all this stuff happening, like please use that to reflect on your own life. How can you better yourself? How can you better the next person in front of you? How can you better the people that you don't know around you? How could you be the example for young people coming up and stuff like that? These are things that I think that people should really implement into their lives to make themselves better, to make the world around them better, to make the next generation better. You can't complain about this generation when you contributed to their come up, So anyway, I'll just leave you guys with that before we get up out of here. Let me just refresh the chat and see what's going on here. So I definitely appreciate you guys for popping in, and yeah, I'm just looking here. So, I mean, let me show love to my man Nice here. Nice pops a paragraph there. He says, "Bro, we're going to be dangerous. This team is stacked, and with three-way players, Cat invests and buys in. Carl is going to be greater than Embiid. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell." Kev said, "I fucks with you." Yeah, Kev's is cool, man. I can't wait to see. I'm definitely going to probably see you at some point. During this whole shenanigans with the 82 game season. Harlem CEOs, my guys, always, man. Quite a few guys here. Shout out to Craig. Got no Craig pops in here. the voice that I said just now. There goes Alvin there. Yeah, man. So there's quite a few new names here. Definitely, I see all of you guys. Definitely appreciate it. But yeah, I'm as you guys know from regulars on the channel, man. I've been trying to get my weight down, man. So I need to go to the gym. I got to be at work super early tomorrow, but I got to go now because the gym is empty, so I can get my workout in, and continue to build this up. Right now we're in training camp, so also think about that. Also, training camp, get yourself together like the Knicks are getting together, and see if you can get your health together. Anyway, I can just ramble again for another hour or so. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out. I had something queued up, but for those that are new to the channel, let me switch this up here to make sure you guys see it. Shout out to Trav B. Ryan, who is the author of the Die Hard Knicks theme song. So for anybody that's new to the channel, please stay a little while, listen to the outro, and clap your cheeks if you're interested. And we up out of here, man. It's your boy Eru. Peace.
Eru, I see you. Die Hard. Trav. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard, homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves, and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team, man, he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. He asked me what's my name and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gon' murder.